Oh, we're back in the room. How deep is this? Because I don't want to go live and drown. Okay, I can do this. All right. Hello, everybody. I don't know what time it is in California or in the East Coast. It's probably past midnight East Coast time. I'm back here. We just had breakfast. We started our day pretty early. Got up at 5:45 local time, and one of the free included activities was a nature walk. And we walked around the Maha desert resort and spa, walked with our tour guide, and it was quite interesting. You know, things that we take for granted or we do not even pay attention to because we do not live in this kind of an environment. And so during the nature walk, you know, we paid attention to the trails on the sand. And our guide mentioned that, oh, that's the trail from a gazelle. That's the trail from one of the birds, or this is where the scorpions live. He also mentioned, because I asked, you know, I was pretty adamant in learning, are there any snakes? Because, you know, we're out in the open and this is a desert, and so I don't know what kind of snakes there are. And our guide Keegan's only been here at the resort for about a month, and he did mention that there are he saw vipers. Is that right, vipers? Yeah, but nothing during the day, but they mainly slither at night. So but he hasn't seen them at all the past month or so, but he's heard, or maybe he might have seen them once, you know, but nothing. He said, you know, nothing to be afraid of. During our walk, again, it was also pretty interesting. You know, we did see a skull of I think it was a fox, and also a skull of a gazelle. You know, this is the wildlife, guys. I mean, you know, we're talking, you know, this is their habitat. This is where they live. And so again, it was just quite interesting. It's really a vacation or a getaway that we've never taken. And so you know, it was quite interesting to learn, you know, how they live. And I wish I could show this to you right now, but when you see the trees, while they are full grown, you'll see that, you know, where the branches and the leaves are, you would think, like, did someone actually cut these trees or the leaves, because they look like they're all pretty even. But the way that Keegan explained it, the gazelles and the wild animals, you know, would reach up to these branches and eat from there. And so it kind of looks like they're all manicured, but they're not. It's really the way that these animals would eat from the trees. And another thing that we learned is, you know, there only used to be like 25, I don't know, I think like 25 kilometers wide that was given for this resort. But later on, they gained another 200 something kilometers more for this particular resort. And so it's really grown. And while the space is huge, this really is a private feel, a private resort. There are only 40 or 42 suites, and we happen to be staying in one of them. And there are no more than, let's just say, 80 to 100 people here today. To those who are inquiring, there are kids, but I believe that the youngest age for a child to stay at the resort is you have to be at least 10 years old. All right. So questions that I was asked is, you know, how many points, you know, from a Marriott perspective. Again, we booked pretty early on. I want to say we booked last summer, or we booked last fall, and at the time the night stay that we booked was only charging 70,000 Marriott Bonvoy points. All right, and if you're familiar with Marriott, there are some nights that are priced more, some days that are priced less. And so one of our good friends who are with us actually booked not too long ago, and because it was pretty last minute, they ended up booking a similar suite for 100,000 points per night. And so again, it really pays to book early, or another way that you could do this is by booking during the low season, because when you look at the Marriott calendar, there are some nights that are charging you for less using points. And same thing with cash rates. There are some days that are charging you for less. So, so again, many folks might be asking, 70,000 points, 100,000 points. I mean, do you have to be a big-time Marriott loyal customer to be using that? No. I mean, as you all know, Nancy and I and the family, we've been staying at a lot of Hyatt properties, and a lot of our stays have been earned, or a lot of our points have been earned by staying at these properties using points that we earn from credit card sign-up bonuses. And so Marriott, right now, with the thing that I posted yesterday, there are credit cards that you can earn 50,000 points, 100,000 points, or even more. And so you can do this strategically. It's really hot. Give me a second. Woo! Oh, the heat was right in front of my face, and I'm really burnt, if you guys can see my pictures. But you can really strategically book or apply for 1 or 2 or 3 credit cards that are geared towards Marriott, and you could be staying at a place like this. It doesn't have to be like this. Marriott's got a footprint all over the world. One of my favorite Marriotts is on Maui, the Wailea Beach Marriott. And so it does not have to be at a place like this, but you can see that you can really get your money's worth, because at a place like this, not only is it a totally different experience. I mean, it's not every day that we ride a camel. It's not every day that we're going to be doing falconry or archery or a nature walk or horseback riding or a sand dune ride, but that is what the property offers. Different kinds of experience. The horseback riding and the sand dune adventure, those are extra. I want to say they're about $70 US dollars per person, but we're not doing that. We're only doing the things that are included, which is the nature walk, the wild nature ride tonight, the archery and falconry. We're going to be doing that at no extra cost. All right. The food. Oh my gosh. We've only had dinner and breakfast this morning and dinner last night, and delicious food. If I only wish that the where we dined was brighter, but you know what? It's part of the ambiance for us to be sitting outside with torches lit up. And so the pictures that I might share will be using a flashlight, and so it's natural lighting, but excellent food, lots of choices that caters to vegetarian, or if you love to eat meat or fish or ethnic food, there's lots of choices. So as far as our suite, I can't show it right now because I'm here in the water, but I do have a video that I will upload later. It's a pretty big suite. It's an apartment. That's really how I could explain it. It's an apartment. So let's see here. Are there any questions? I think I see something. Hang on a second. Would I have a blast? Eric, thank you, Eric. Have a blast. Thank you. See, I can't read anything with the glare of the sun. So thank you. I know Eric's been here, and so we're really just exploring and enjoying Dubai. This is unlike the Dubai that I had in mind, which is the big skyscrapers. This is really an hour away from Dubai, and again, we were driven. We had a private car ride, a Tesla Model X, and to those inquiring, it was worth 250 US dollars, not US dollars, 250 dirhams, local money, and which is around, I don't know, let's just say 60 or $70. But there were four of us. We were able to split that. So it's about $15 per person for the four of us. So that wasn't so bad. All right. $15, $20 per person. So, we're going to be using another private car transport, when we leave the resort, because Nancy and I were heading back to Abu Dhabi. All right, so again, there are options for public transportation, but this resort really is not, at least to my knowledge, it looked like it was one long freeway and then we had to get off of the road. It does not even look like a major exit. All right, and then we had to get off the road and it was quite rocky and bumpy. And so you really need a reliable vehicle. Do you need an SUV? I don't know if you needed an SUV, but you really got to drive really, really carefully, because it's really not something where you want to drive really, really fast. Otherwise, it could affect your driving and your vehicle. So any questions? Again, I cannot see anything from this, from my vantage point because of the glare of the sun. But any questions, just comment here and I will try and address them later. But again, this is Jason signing off. I can't even see myself. Signing off here at the Maha Desert Resort and Spa. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later.